So today I was listening to one of the creators here on TikTok. He was sharing about how the Department of Labor wants to simplify the firing of people, and that maybe are not performing or they're not meeting the standards. And they want to simplify that because the companies are saying that the reason why they're not hiring is because it's difficult to fire the people that are not performing. Of course, as I'm listening to the video, I'm going through the comments, and other people are of the view that new people that are coming into the working environment are not performing, and we've got a lot of underperformers in the working space, right? And I started thinking about my first real job. We were taken through a 6 to 8 week training. This 6 week training, we also had to do practicals and go and get a buddy coach with people. That means that seasoned people, we had to sit with them, listen to them while they're on the phones, and then we started like copying from them. You know, when you're sitting with a person who's buddy coaching you, you start copying from them. How do they answer the phone? How do they troubleshoot? How do they do certain things? How do they write an email? And that was part of the process of that training. To be honest, I think that has contributed to how successful we were, because a lot of people that I started with, they actually had longevity. I don't remember anyone who got fired or who was underperforming, because we were all rated on the number of calls that we were taking and how we were on those calls. Now, coming to it, the very same place where I started, that place, when they hire new people for the very same job that I started with, they don't take them through that training anymore. I think they stopped for a while. They don't take them through that, and that leaves a lot of people that start in that job very frustrated, hating their jobs, miserable. I think they are, because everyone is just rushing them through. Like, they get in, no one is giving them the proper skills to deal with frustrated clients, because everyone is like, all right, 1 week is enough, and they go in. I think now, because every company wants to maximize profits, they don't take people through proper training. I know, I mean, varsity doesn't equip you for skills to get started in the workplace. You also do need that space, and that is the space that no one is given these days. We're not given that space, and you know how horrible you can be in a job that you could have maybe excelled in, but because you're not given the skill, no one is taking you to training to deal with certain things. That could be quite frustrating. I know everyone wants a self-starter. Everyone wants a self-starter, someone who gets in and who knows what they're doing, especially when they want interns or graduates. It's not practical. Or maybe this is my point of view, because maybe I'm thinking about my background, I'm thinking about the person that I was in that time, and I'm thinking about the kind of education that I received. I don't think that education was enough for me to get started in the job market, with my job. I'm grateful that I was able to be trained for that amount of time, but it's quite unfair for us to say people are underperforming. Well, then sometimes they don't even know what performance is. I don't even know how to meet the standards, especially in different departments where they work. It's not easy. It's really not easy. And also, no one is willing to buddy coach, because they themselves have these targets on their heads that they need to produce this and this and this. They also have their timelines. So to actually give that burden to someone else who's working the same job, to say, hey, here's 2 people, please take them through the onboarding journey and help them through the job, is also not fair. I wouldn't even give them the proper skills, because companies no longer have training departments that are dedicated to training the staff. Even when they outsource people, those people, obviously they're there for the money. They're going to run a couple of slides. No one knows exactly. I mean, you're asking someone who does not know exactly what you go through to come and train you on the job on how to communicate, but they don't know. They actually do not know. So I think the old system of having in-house trainers for companies, in-house trainings for new recruits, might actually help us deal with retaining the current employees we have instead of wanting ways to get rid of them if they're not performing. It's that's my point of view, but it's something that has been proposed to the Department of Labor is proposing, but I think just getting rid of staff because they're not performing is not the way to curb unemployment, because we're going to have in out in out in out, but when do we actually nurture these people and make sure that they're skilled enough to be in the company for longer?